Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us. Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Public Affair. First of all, before we get started, I definitely want to thank you guys, of course, again, for all your love and support of the show. I'm so happy that over a year and a half has passed by, and the show is doing absolutely amazing, and it's all thanks to you guys who watch, share, like, and subscribe. You guys are the GOATs, and I love you. I have a guest who's singing, so anyway. Okay, so before we get started, I definitely want to, and of course, thanks to Rogue Media Network with Mike Hamilton and Allison Robles. I'm always doing all my episodes, editing, given to me on time, darling. That's what we like, is consistency. Okay, before we get started, I definitely want to give a shout out to a few of our sponsors of the show. This episode is brought to you by Four Brothers Construction with my boy Joe Olvera, who provides custom home designs and renovations. He also focuses on roofing, remodeling, plumbing, tree removal, electrical work, and so much more. His entire team of snacks is going to make your home look super snackish as well. They're all hot. I can't wait for them to work on my house so I can just sit there and watch and drink a martini. Joe Olvera, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair with Four Brothers Construction. Of course, to my boy David Santabanez with Alinea Real Estate. He's the #1 sales agent in his office to help you buy a home or sell your home. Make sure you follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea, or call the number on the screen, darling, for all your real estate needs. I've actually worked with David in looking for a home, the most professional experience I've ever had, and I'm definitely can't wait to do it again. David, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to my boy Frank Biza with B&J Refinishing. He focuses on resurfacing bathtubs, counters, sinks, tiles, and more to original showroom quality. Offers 5-year warranty on most work and has the best prices in town. And we all know that Frank does absolutely every single thing that you ask him if he can do, because he also does inflatables like a mechanical bull, which I can't wait to ride, margarita machine, tables, chairs, a foam machine, and so much more, making all of your parties super lady kitty. Frank, thank you so much for being a longtime sponsor of The Public Affair. I truly appreciate you, bro. You are the GOAT. Of course, to my girl, Anika Armstrong at Pee-wee's Crab Cakes on the Go in Hewitt, Texas, which I just loved rolling around in that pasta the other day, darling. It was so good. She's serving the most authentic Cajun cuisine with a wide selection of signature crab cakes, pastas, seafood, and more. The top recommended is their Southern Fried Catfish Special, served with seafood, pasta, and potato salad, and 6 fried shrimps. The fish is topped with Hudat sauce, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. I can just tell you that it's really delicious. Go check it out at 108 Jim Drive in Hewitt. Order online at peeweescrabcakesonthego.com. To Anika, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to my boy Marcos Cordero at Midway Nutrition, located on Hewitt Drive. He sells meal replacement shakes with tons of different flavors. I love going after a really, really intense morning workout, especially if I'm feeling bloated. The protein shakes are to die for. I absolutely love it. My favorite is the Honey Nut Cheerio. You got to go try it out. It's so good, located on Hewitt Drive. To my boy Marcos Cordero at Midway Nutrition, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, to my girl Nancy Polzini with Parkway National Insurance. She sells insurance for all commercial trucks and tractor trailers. She also for all contractors, home, and auto. So make sure you call Nancy for your next insurance inquiry. Y habla español. To my girl Nancy Polzini, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. I truly appreciate you all. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So this next guest, right? And I told her I was going to give her shit because when I very first started, or when I was in the brainstorming process of The Public Affair, I wanted to make sure that there were several people that were going to be committed to actually doing an episode. That way I can at least have a few in the can, see how it gets received, and then decide to go on further and more. So one of the DMs that I slid in was Miss Holly Tucker, who's on this episode of The Public Affair. And a year and a half later, she is here. Welcome to The Public Affair. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm really happy that you're here. I've had amazing artists on this show. I've never had a country singer. And I have to say, I didn't grow up on country music, but since I invited you on the show, I've been listening to your songs and I really like them.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and she was doing a little warm up beforehand. I was like, girl, okay. Why you gotta show off? You know, I was trying to sing, okay?
Sing with me, come on.
Girl, I can't, okay? I always wanted to be a singer. I always wanted to be something like that, and I just can't, No.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. No, my last guest, Trevor, he said that I can he'll record me an album and make me sound good, but you actually have it. Okay. Like,
man, you got this energy though. It's contagious.
Well, you know, I have this podcast. I don't know if you knew I was on the radio for 6 years as well.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, we don't do that anymore. But anyway, no, it's really nice to have you here. You know, I think a lot of, it's fair to say that here in Texas, obviously a lot of people listen to country music. I would definitely consider you a really great country artist. I've listened to your music all over Apple Music, and you know, I'm sure a lot of people. Anyway, so it's really cool. I got to see you a little bit on The Voice as well, which I definitely want to talk about, which I'm sure was a really big career highlight for you because it's such a nationally successful show. But before we do all that, Holly, can we get you to introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about who you are and stuff like that?
Ooh, the elevator speech. Okay, no pressure.
I'm sure you've had to answer this question 100 billion times, right?
I'll keep it in a nutshell here. So my name is Holly Tucker. I am here from Waco, Texas. I've been in Waco my entire life. I've grown up singing my entire life. I come from a very musical family.
Gotcha.
And both my parents were essentially my first music teachers and vocal teachers.
Okay.
And, so I just grew up with a house full of music. And so I was always singing, always playing something. And, we would just always kind of have that dynamic.
Yeah,
and so
gotcha.
when I was about 7 years old, I got on stage for the very first time, and then I didn't quit ever since.
Oh,
and
good.
I kept singing on every stage I could possibly find. Karaoke contests, open mic nights, all that kind of stuff.
Right,
then eventually when I was in high school, I started putting a band together and started playing actual live shows.
Cool.
And then made my way eventually to The Voice when I was about 19 years old. And
sheesh.
I'm 29 now.
Okay.
So,
damn, was it that long ago?
Yeah,
I'm 30. Okay, so we're the same age. What the hell?
Yeah.
Where's time gone, right?
I know,
We're
it's
getting old.
crazy.
And I still ain't had a man in 10 years, all right? I just want to put that out there.
It's crazy.
Yes, it is crazy. Did you say, are you from Lorena? Is that what I understand? Or you're from Waco?
Well, I'm from Waco.
You're from Waco. Okay.
I was born in Waco, and then when I was about fourth grade, moved out to Lorena, and then I've moved, it's Waco's Waco. It's Waco.
When I moved here from New York, well, technically Florida, but New York, and we moved to Lorena, of all places.
Okay.
And I went to the high school there for a whole little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe we didn't know each other. 09, 08, 07, or 10?
No, I was 11.
11. Oh, you probably know my cousin Gabriel Edwards, maybe.
Yes.
He's in Japan now, like playing football.
What?
He's my cousin, yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he is, little turd.
That's awesome.
He has a whole Japanese baby now. It's actually really cute.
What?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I'll show you pictures. It's really cute.
I need to see that.
He named it after that guy in Street Fighter. But typical. And so we moved to Lorena when I first got here, and I was like, who the hell would want to live here? Like, but you have to remember, I'm from like New York, from Long Island, so we had a beach everywhere. Yeah. Okay. So talk to us a little bit about your life growing up. So you mentioned that you had music all around you at all times. Were your parents singers as well? Were they like in the church choir, or how did that go?
They were.
Not to just assume. Like,
okay. Well, they were, but they actually met in their college days through music.
Okay.
At Baylor, they were both instrumentalists and singers, and my dad was a vocal major, and he was putting together a band, and he was looking for a singer and a keyboard player, and so he found his way to my mom, and they traveled on the road professionally for 6 years, and then settled down to have a family, but they never quit music.
Wow.
They were always singing at a wedding or a special event or a church somewhere. And so when I was a little girl, I would watch them up on stage doing that, and it just made me want to do it even more.
Okay.
So that's they were my first inspirations.
That's
really
cool. So would you you guys probably had a really close family dynamic then? I mean, like
sure.
everything was good and everything. Some people show their stories.
Yeah.
Were they singing country music, or do you think you kind of just got thrown into that?
No, actually, they weren't singing a lot of country. They were singing a lot of gospel and Christian and stuff like that. And then from my dad's side of the family, that's where I got a lot of my country influences.
Okay, gotcha.
And we would listen to a lot of country music in the car and stuff.
Right. It was Lorena, so.
Right, yeah.
Do you know I didn't even know who George Strait was until I moved to Texas?
What?
Am I terrible? I know who he is now. But
well, that's good. At least you're educated.
Apparently he's like the god of country music or something, or music in general. Yeah, the king. Okay. I know, but I still didn't know who was that Joe Rogan was when I started this. That people don't understand. Anyway.
That's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so a lot of it was inspired. Did you listen to other artists though growing up? Like was there others that you wanted to emulate? Were you like, oh, well, I kind of like this person? Like what who can you share?
I had a lot of influences growing up. It's a very wide variety of influences. Like I definitely listened to mostly country and like the power females of the 90s.
Yeah.
Like that's where I really got a lot of my inspiration.
Yeah.
But I also listened to pop music and gospel music and soul. I listened to a lot of Aretha Franklin and even In Sync back in the day.
Who didn't? Hello.
Right? Yeah. So I get a lot of my influences from soul and gospel as well as country.
Okay, I got you for sure. So that sounds pretty awesome. So, I definitely want to talk about breaking into The Voice. I mean, like you said, at 19 years old, you got to go on The Voice. How did that all start? Like, how did you even get involved with that?
Well, when you turn 16 years old,
Okay.
you can start auditioning for those shows.
Okay, gotcha.
You're of age or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
So I started auditioning for American Idol, America's Got Talent, X Factor, all of that. And I did that for about 4 years and kept just getting told no. I did that about 3 or 4 times and I just kept getting a no from that. And I was just kind of done with it. I wasn't going to audition anymore. And then one day I was in Dallas for another singing opportunity and I saw that the voice auditions were going to be in town.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, well, I have some extra time. What's another no?
Right.
I'll go for it.
I'll just drop by.
Yeah. So I did, and I ended up getting a callback audition. Yeah.
Okay.
And from there, it just kept going.
So, but you're getting told no. So you mentioned it was like American Idol. You did the voice. Was it the voice again, or?
I did the voice season 1, and I almost got onto it, but the producers was like, we're like, we just don't think you're quite there yet. We think you need a few more years.
Okay.
So
what the hell is it? So what people don't understand though about those types of shows, that I guess there's like preliminary rounds, right?
Yes.
So it's like the ones that are kind of like at the convention center or something.
Yes.
You just got to go in there and you got to sing, and then I mean you're getting told no all these times, and then you say you just kind of give up. Do you think that wanted you to help kind of just quit music altogether? You're like, maybe this just isn't for me, or was that going to be something that you were always going to pursue?
No, it was always going to be something I was going to pursue. I was just done with auditioning for singing shows.
Oh, I got you.
But then, I just kept going and it happened.
Right. Definitely. Well, I definitely want to get into more about the voice, because I have a lot of questions about stuff like that and about those types of shows. And, I want to talk about getting eliminated. I want to talk about all that stuff, but we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to talk more about The Voice. We're going to talk more about post life of The Voice and where you're at now. So make sure you guys stay tuned, and we'll be right back with Miss Holly Tucker. Hey guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this episode of The Public Affair with Miss Holly Tucker. Before we continue more with the conversation, I definitely want to take a break and give a few shout outs to our sponsors of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to you by Elite Barbershop with my boy Sid Rodriguez, located on Hewitt Drive. You can download the Cut app or call the number on the screen to book. He also has Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, David Rodriguez, and Isaac Chavez over there making you look all snackish. Each one of them got to put hands on my head. I love going to a barbershop knowing that any of them can cut my hair. Thank you to Elite Barbershop for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Banda's hauling service with Julian and Ana Banda. They rent dump trailers. You fill it up and they haul it away. They also do junk removals and tree brush removals and haul cars in and out of town. I definitely feel like Banda's hauling service is one of those companies that you don't think you need until you need it, and it's actually more often than you think. So make sure you book now with the number on the screen with Banda's hauling service to Julian and Ana Banda. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Jesus Gonzalez with Brother Concrete Construction. He specializes in concrete work like slabs, driveways, pool decks, patios, sidewalks, and more. I got to see his work firsthand. If you need any of that work done for your house, it's beautiful. Call him on the number on the screen, and he'll also give you a free estimate. To Jesus Gonzalez with Brother Concrete Construction. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, to J Pedal and Poke with Junior Fuentes, Thomas Roberts, and the entire family. I love it. They provide delicious, savory Japanese crepes and poke bowls. They also have handcrafted Thai rolled ice cream for dessert. You could choose from the menu or create your own, like I do, because I like to be in control with my food, darling, and more than that. Check out their locations on University Parks Drive and Hewitt Drive, or place your order online at jpedaltx.com. To you guys, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of The Public Affair with Miss Holly Tucker. Let's get back to it. Hey guys, welcome back to this episode of The Public Affair with Miss Holly Tucker. So we just got into her and getting into The Voice, and The Voice is a really huge show on NBC, ABC, I can't remember.
NBC,
NBC, okay. And she was just getting into, we were just getting into her journey on the show, The Voice. So Holly, I have a question. How much of what's on The Voice is real, and how much of what we see is fake? Maybe not even just for The Voice. How about for the shows in general?
I would say, from my experience and from my knowledge, I would say everything that you see, it's real.
Okay, gotcha.
Now they definitely edit things. Like they don't show you everything because otherwise the show would be 30 years long. But it's, they do it really tastefully, and they at least on my season and my experience, they always tried to make me look as best as I possibly could, and they weren't trying to throw me into the dirt like the producers and stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
They were always trying to make me look good and just really comfortable, and they were good about that.
Do you think that the same can be said for other contestants that were on your season as well? I mean, you were relatively young, so it's not like, I mean, you were 19, right? You said, so we're not going to make the 19-year-old girl look all bad, but maybe there was the older person. Like, do you think that there's like America or whoever is supposed to be casting those votes, correct?
Right.
So do you think a lot of it is that's based on that, or do you think the producers kind of have their thing where it's just like, this one's not giving us enough, whatever. You know what I mean?
It's really hard to say.
Okay.
I just don't know. I mean, I just had such a good experience on there. But I have heard from others that, their experience was cut short and they thought it was the producer's fault.
Right.
And I can't speak to that because it was not that way for me.
It wasn't for you. Okay, I got you. I actually know of a woman who was on American Idol. Yeah. I think season 6, I can't remember, that long ago. She said that her experience was absolutely horrible. She said they weren't getting the right treatment, water, food, all that jazz, and they were all passing out. She did a whole video about it. Yeah. Now, I don't know how much of that is true. I've never been on a show like that. I'm never going to be on a show like that. I'd love to host a show like that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So talk to us a little bit about, so you get accepted into The Voice, right? You're from this small town. At the time, I think it was fair 10 years ago that Waco wasn't really on the map for anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nobody was really checking for us and stuff like that. I think it just started popping maybe just a few years ago. Is there a lot of pressure on your shoulders when that's happening?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because I've never been, at that point, I had never been on anything as big as that stage, and especially in front of millions of people every week. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And I was 19. I went into the show and I was really shy and afraid and, insecure and stuff like that.
Right.
And it was just throwing me into a world of you're here in front of everybody,
Right,
so there was definitely pressure,
right.
but I learned a lot through that.
Okay, like what? Tell us.
Well, I grew. I mean, I being forced into that world, and especially Blake had such great things to say about just being myself. And as long as I get up on stage and have fun,
right.
That's all that matters because then your audience is going to have fun.
For sure.
And it's not like they want to see you fail.
Right.
They want to see you get up there and succeed and do your best and just looking at it from a positive perspective.
Right. So you got to choose Team Blake when you were on your season.
Yeah.
And so, but that decision comes solely from you, right? Because I would definitely pick Shakira. I'm obsessed with Shakira. I love her. She's and Frankie J. Yeah. Did you get to meet her?
I did.
Okay. Well, do you have her phone number so you can tell her that I said hi?
I wish.
Yeah. Right?
She's so sweet.
I was going to say, how much involvement did you have as far as there's probably a lot of high profile stars. Who's hosting that? Was that Christina Milian on that season?
She was doing the social media hosting. And it's been Carson Daly.
Yeah, Carson Daly.
All this time.
Yeah. So. Okay. So did you get to have a lot of involvement with them, or was it just they're too busy right now? How did that work out?
We had the most involvement with our own coaches.
With your own coaches. Okay.
But we did backstage get to chat a little bit here and there with the other coaches and the other teammates and stuff like that.
You should have taught Shakira. You should have had her teach you how to belly dance. It would have took your career to a whole new height. A country singer that can do it. Yes, you can, Holly. You've got the body. You're snatched. Okay.
Well, you're sweet.
Yeah. Can you talk? I know these bitches be hating, right? Did you get a lot of haters when you were on The Voice? Yes.
Yeah.
I can recall a post you made. Yes.
I mean, yeah. I got some people poking fun at my nostrils of all things. Yeah, because somebody got a bad shot of me from the side, and they were like, "Look at her nostrils," right? Come on. But it was fun.
But you're on that stage, and would you say a lot of negativity, came from maybe the people in your own town, or would you think that it's just the social media trolls and stuff?
I think it's just social media trolls.
Got you.
I had a lot of support from Waco.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
That meant the world to me.
Right.
And even from Lorena, specifically Lorena, a lot of people from there were very supportive. So.
Well, because I think when you were on that show, you said that you were from Lorena. Is that, or you said you were from Waco?
From Waco, got you. Yeah.
But regardless of the fact, like we said, 10 years ago, really Waco wasn't doing nothing. I think Magnolia was barely popping, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right about then we had RG3, all of that good stuff going on.
I remember RG3.
So Baylor had put Waco on the map a little bit.
But then Holly Tucker came on The Voice. Okay, so what are your nerves like when you're going on the live show for the first time? Okay, well, excuse me. Okay. When you pick your judge, that's not live, right?
Correct.
Okay, so that's all the still pre-recorded stuff.
It is live in front of a live audience. Right. They don't go back and tape your performance 7 times.
Oh no, yeah.
It is one live performance.
Right, got
you only get 30 seconds to sing or 90 seconds to sing for your live.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. But it is pre-recorded and America doesn't see it till later.
So the song that you chose to sing for your when you got to pick your guest, what do you call that? The first round, I guess.
The blind audition.
Yeah, the blind audition. That's what it's called. I've watched that show. Okay, I promise I have. So do you get to pick that song, or the producers like, we we kind of like this one better. Like, how much control do you have in regards to the music that you get to sing?
It's a mix of both. So
Okay.
the producers from the very beginning, they ask you to write down a list of like 20 to 30 songs that
Okay.
you would like to sing.
Yeah.
And then they work with you on that.
Okay.
So I was lucky. I got to sing the songs that I wanted to sing pretty much the entire way through.
Oh, that's good. I wonder if they have to get like clearance,
They
right?
do.
They do. Okay,
They
so that's
do.
probably why they're like, we gotta give us some leeway.
Yes,
I'm gonna pick the songs that nobody even wants to hear. Like,
Yeah. There are some artists that will
Okay.
not give shows like that clearance.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't have any pushback for that though, right?
No.
Okay, got you. That's good. Yeah, well, I bet you were fortunate for that for sure.
Yeah.
Why Team Blake? That might be the most obvious generic question ever. But you were sitting in front of it was Adam Levine at the time, Blake Shelton, Shakira, and what was it, Usher?
It was Usher.
Okay, yeah. So why?
The song that I was singing, it's a Garth Brooks song first, but then Adele had made it a lot more popular.
Okay.
And I wanted people to know that I'm not one of those artists that was confused about who I was.
Okay, got
I
you.
am and always have been, always will be a country artist through and through.
Okay.
So picking Blake, I knew would solidify me in people's minds as country.
Oh, okay. So you didn't want to send mixed signals,
Right.
Like, okay, because there was a girl that was on The Voice who her name was Paula Deanda, okay,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she had that song back in the day, Doing Too Much. Then she was on The Voice and picked Blake Shelton, and I was like, girl, why are you picking Blake Shelton when you know you don't sing country? You know what I mean? So I could see like she was more like a Latin R&B singer,
Right.
So I was like, well, the Shakira, probably, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She probably could taught you a thing or two. I didn't think that was a good mix, so I came to think, I wonder if producers had involvement in that, like just to kind of get her off. You know what I mean?
Not that I know of,
Yeah.
but it may happen. I don't know.
How was your rapport with the other guests on the show?
I loved it. I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, like our season was very close.
Oh, was it?
I didn't
Okay.
have any like negative relationships with any of
Gotcha.
the other contestants
Okay.
or producers or
Yeah.
anything like that. It was all, I know it seems like sunshine and roses, but really like it was a good experience.
Okay, that's cool. Where was that? That was taped in California?
It was.
Okay, so you're away from your family that whole time, or did you get to have your mom and dad at least?
They were able to come out for a couple of shows, but
okay.
I was there alone for the most part.
Like, isn't living in hotels like the worst? People think it's so glamorous. Did you like it?
Okay, well, they were really nice. They put us up in a really nice Marriott.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have to share rooms with other contestants? Or?
We did throughout
Yeah.
the show, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I would have my own room, but we had roommates, and that was cool.
I just feel like if I was there, I would be fucking up the whole entire thing. Because I'd be out partying, trying to find me a man, get caught in some scandal. You know what I mean? Like, do they tell you guys, like, hey, you can't leave? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, you have to stay here. Like,
They do for paparazzi and safety reasons.
really?
Yes.
Okay. But, like, what if you get hungry or something? Like, you just got to order some DoorDash? Or?
No, well, I don't know what it is like now,
Yeah.
but back in the day, the Marriott that we stayed at had a bunch of restaurants
it's a
across the
Marriott.
street.
Okay.
And they had a restaurant in
Right.
and we had per diem that they gave us every day, a little bit of money to
Right.
eat on.
Right.
So, I mean, they really took care of us.
Okay, I got you. So do you have like Blake Shelton's phone number right now where you can just text him? Well, you can call him and be like, hey, you're on the public affair.
Unfortunately, no. I wish I did.
Did Gwen Stefani make him change it? Is that what happened?
I don't know about Gwen, but I know that after the split with Miranda, that's when his information changed.
Oh, okay, got you.
And I haven't been in contact with him since.
Really? Okay. Do you think it's something that if you reached out to him, he like will remember you, or do you think it's
Yeah,
Have you ever tried? Or?
He has mentioned me on past seasons of The
okay.
Voice, like recent seasons of The Voice. He did it, I think, like last season or something like that. He mentioned my actual name, so I know he still knows who I am.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I don't get any
Like Holly Tucker is his side piece, and then from wouldn't that be like so great? Like,
oh my gosh,
it would.
that'd be a tabloid right there.
I can't wait till I'm somebody famous as side piece and I'm in all the newspapers. I can't wait. You know what I mean? I'm trying to put the concept. Anyway, I don't.
You do you, boo. You do you.
Listen, team side piece over here. Okay. Now, my last guest, Noni, not my last guest, episode 9, Noni, Antonio Castillo gave me like some of the best dating advice, and I actually went on a date recently.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I talked about it, I think, on my last episode, and I was not side piece-ish, Holly Tucker. I was.
That's great.
I was like, you know what? We're gonna wait.
You are not salsa, baby, okay? You are guac, all
No,
right?
I know, but I love being like all the other ingredients. No, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit pissed off at myself that I didn't get it when I can. But you know what I mean? I'm trying different things here, you know?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you get eliminated from The Voice. You placed 6.
Yes.
Right? Okay. What's going through your head? Do you think that your career's over at that point? Do you think that the decision was unfair? Or what you had to have been torn.
Yeah. So whenever I got eliminated, it was just it was a shock.
Okay.
Not that I got eliminated.
Like really?
No,
Okay.
not like that. But I really was looking forward to the next week and hometowns.
Oh.
And I wanted to show even more of Waco and Baylor and what was going on. I was still a student at Baylor, so I was still doing stuff here, and I was really just that stung a lot.
Right,
and so knowing that I wouldn't be able to really do that was the hardest part. But it other than that, it was just breaking away from my friends that I had made on the show. And it did feel a little bit like that part was over. It was kind of over. And so yeah, I was definitely sad. But I knew that in literally a week I was going to come back for the finale. So
okay. I was gonna say, do they just kind of send you packing? Or like, okay, well, just stay in the hotel. Still don't go out. Like, what happens after?
No, well, they send you home and then they bring you back for the finale. But
no, I'm staying home.
Yeah,
okay, that's too much flying. All right.
I can't remember. I think I did go home that week, and then they brought me back. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
Holly, no, girl, you should have said, no, well, let me get my credit card. I'm staying, because once I get home, that is it. Right? Me and Mike were just talking about this after. Once we're done with work, we go to the house. That's it. All right? I'm not doing all this coming back for the finale.
Right.
Okay, I didn't even like her. No, you said you got a you said you the winner. What was the person's name?
Danielle Bradbury.
Danielle Bradbury. Okay. Would you say that you had a pretty close relationship with her as well? Like, were you happy when you found out she won? Or?
We weren't super close.
Okay.
But just because she was 16 at the time, so she still had her mom with her, and her mom's great.
Yeah.
But they had to keep her kind of like in the minor.
Area
of the. I mean, not that she was sequestered. She could still hang out with us. But she had to do homework and stuff like that, and all the fun teenage.
Can you imagine being on The Voice? It's like, I got to do my homework before I go on stage. Hold on.
Seriously,
Were you doing? I mean, you were a student at Baylor, right?
I was. Yeah,
okay.
I had to do homework too.
Girl, no.
Yeah, but
you guys, you handle yourself so well, because if I ever got on a TV show like that, I'm showing ass. I don't care. I'm gonna make sure I'm the talk of that season. All right? I already know I'm not winning, so what's up?
That's one way to do it.
So they send you home. You get to come back. Have they asked you to sing again on any other season?
Nope. Not since.
Okay.
No.
Do you think The Voice just kind of forgot about you? Like, I mean, obviously you said Blake Shelton still knows who you are, which I think is really great.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't really said anything about my. I mean, they've done a couple of things with some people from my season, but I don't know. I wouldn't say that they forgot about me. I just say that they have so many things going on, and they have 2 seasons a year. So once they're done with one season, it's like they're already into the next.
The next, right? I got you.
So it's kind of hard to do looking back.
Yeah, I feel you. So you. It's so hard because there's some people who get eliminated from those like shows. So like, for instance, Fifth Harmony gets eliminated from X Factor, and they become bigger than the winner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, oh God, who's another good example? You have to help me out here. Oh fuck, I can't. Anyway.
Chris Daughtry.
Chris Daughtry, exactly. Yep. I think became big. Who was the winner on his season? Was it that guy with the gray hair?
Maybe.
I can't remember. Like, where's he at? You know what I mean? Yeah. So do you think there's I guess my question is, do you think there's an expiration date on an artist?
That's a very interesting question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because like if you lose the show, I mean, Fifth Harmony got to be successful because they got signed to like Simon Cowell's label and stuff like that. I mean, did you have opportunity like that sat on your lap after your elimination? Or?
Yeah, I've had a couple of different interactions with labels and management companies and stuff like that. And, it's always said, and I've been given some really good advice that, getting into a bad deal is worse than getting into a good one that takes everything away from you.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So, I mean, it's just, once, you got to make sure you're signing the right deal.
It's the music industry, girl.
Yeah.
One of my guests before you was just talking about his experience in the music industry, and it's just like, it's so weird. Even my friend on social media, Gia Farrell, who had a song on Happy Feet. I talked about this on one of my episodes prior. And, she was signed to a record label, and she could sing. Like, you could sing. Why are you guys not forefronted more? Do you know what I mean? Like, why are you guys not put out there more? Like, can you tell us a little bit about the music industry?
We would be here for days if we tried to answer that question completely. But, what I can say is it's just a really tough market.
Okay, I got you.
And we have the evolution of social media and Spotify that have pretty much killed the artist's ability to make money.
Oh, wow. Okay.
the labels too. Like Spotify killed the labels because they don't make money from CD sales anymore and stuff like that. So
do you not get streaming? Like, so every time I play your song, you're not getting like a little 2 cents or something?
Oh, I am. I'm getting like 0.0007 cents.
No way. Are you
stream.
serious? Okay, so do you encourage us to actually go back to purchasing music rather than having these music subscriptions? Or?
Unfortunately, you need both because the record labels are looking at Spotify streams
Wow.
and they're looking at TikTok streams and they're looking at social media. So you need it. You basically need to have everything developed on your own as an independent artist before the labels will even look at you.
Oh, wow, really?
And then it's like by the time you get to that point, well, what do you even need a label for?
Right.
That's why a lot of our artists are going independent.
Yeah. I've noticed that. I think Alicia Keys just announced that she was going independent as well. Do you think that that's like career suicide when you do that now? Or
no, I absolutely don't.
Okay.
I think you have to be established first, or at least be on a good trajectory of where you're able to have people at your shows and get people consistently streaming your music and connecting with you on social media. You've got to have all of that in order to not need a label.
So do you think that getting into the music industry now is harder than it was 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it progressively gets harder.
And then in the same aspect, do you think that it's not even worth it anymore?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's always worth it for the pure aspect of the fact that it's still an art and it's still a passion.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, the label can make money off whatever they want.
Okay.
And independent artists can make money off of the merch, the tour, the set, whatever.
Right.
But if you don't have a passion for it, where's your fire?
Right.
Where's your purpose?
Okay. What about for Holly Tucker? Do you think that, I mean, you're not signed to a major label at the moment.
Correct.
Okay. So do you think that your career would have, I think it's going good. I mean, you just said that your most recent single that we are going to have you sing here in a moment, Rhythm of You, charted pretty high on the charts. Do you think that, do you think you need a record label for Holly Tucker?
You're asking the tough questions here today.
Hello, welcome to the public affair, darling.
I love it.
Yes.
That's a hard question to answer.
Okay.
I don't want to say that I need anything other than what I've got. I'm blessed with a very good team around me. I'm blessed with great fans. I'm blessed with, like the inner fire, the passion that I just talked about to keep making music. And you know what? At the end of the day, I may never be a Taylor Swift, and that's okay with me.
Right.
I just want to keep doing it because I love it.
So for you, it's not even about the glitz and the glamours and the award shows and all this jazz. It's just about doing what you love.
I mean, that would be nice. Yeah. Yes, of course. No, any artist that tells you, no, I don't want that, they're lying.
Okay, for sure.
But and yes, that's always a goal, but you can't get stuck on that because you're always going to end up dissatisfied. You've got to find the little joys along the way.
Right, I got you. That's pretty, I feel like we can go on for this today. Tell us a little bit about some music industry that you had. I mean, so you mentioned that, surely some bad deals were sat in front of your lap and stuff. Was there ever a situation where maybe like somebody really was trying to take everything from you and just kind of just control every single aspect of Holly Tucker and make you something that you weren't in the music industry?
I did have,
don't say the label because then we're gonna get sued. I can't afford a lawyer right now.
No, it's not a specific label. I had a really unfortunate thing happen where I was going to get into business with one of my dear friends for over 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And he was starting a management company, an artist development company, and I was going to be the first artist on the company. And
cool.
He believed in me and it was going to be great. But then lawyers got involved and contracts got involved, and there was some fine print in these contracts that was not going to be good for me in the long run.
Oh, honey.
And so it was like once we read that fine print, you always have to read the fine print. We learned that.
Yeah.
It unfortunately ended that 10-year relationship that I had.
Wow.
This beautiful friendship that was a musical, creational, just wonderful friendship.
Right.
And that was a really big negative for me.
So you think business got in the way of that?
Yeah.
So obviously you didn't sign the contract.
No, I didn't.
Okay, gotcha. Do you think that person took it personal because you didn't? Or like, why would you not do this?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that. Yeah, I would say he did take it personal, and it's I can't blame him for taking it a little bit personal because we've had a 10-year friendship, and it's like not only does he believe in me, but I believe in him too.
Absolutely.
So
you ever think about reaching out to that person and like, hey, this was You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we still talk and chat from time to time. We text every now and then, but it's, I would love to repair that friendship.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
I will say it is very important to read all those contracts, and I'm not going to get too into it right now. All I can say is make sure you read your contracts, because don't let anybody take what you created. You know what I mean? And I typically, personally, I try not to do business with friends too much. Okay, so my sponsors, I've built really great friendships with them. You know what I mean? I built really good friendship with Mike and Allison and stuff like that. But I really try to keep those few and far between, because I'd hate, I'm sorry that happened to you. You know what I mean? But I've definitely been there too. So I understand what it's like. God, I want to definitely get more into, some of the music, politics and stuff like that. But I really want you to sing for us, okay? Let's lighten the mood. So, you're going to sing Rhythm of You for us, okay? Yeah. Can you talk to us a little bit about that song and why you chose that song to sing and stuff?
Yeah, so this song was a really cool development for me. I had released about 5 singles prior to releasing this song.
Okay.
And when I say releasing, I mean to the Texas market, the Texas country market.
Gotcha.
So, all of those other ones had progressively done better and better and better. And so with this one, or with all those other songs, I had been intentional on releasing songs that would really tell my audience and the listeners about me and little pieces of who I am.
Right.
And they were deep and they were message oriented, and that's great.
Right.
But I wanted to have one that was a little bit more laid back, a little more chill.
Okay.
Something that people could groove to, dance to, cuddle up to their sweetheart with. And that's what this song was. It was a vibe.
Cool. Okay.
And I love that. And I think that's why it did so well, is because people just felt it.
I have to say, when you told me about the song, because I was jamming Knockoff, I'm not going to lie. From your album Steel. You're probably like, fuck that song. But
no, I love it.
Did you write that song? You wrote that song?
I did.
Okay, yeah. I don't know why I'm fucking with that song heavy. Very, very female power end. No, but when you told me, hey, I'm gonna sing Rhythm of You on the show, I got to listen to it, and it was a song that grew on me.
Yeah.
At first I was like, ugh. But then I was like, okay, wait, now I see what's going on here. So I definitely feel it in my soul. I can't wait to have you sing it live. So without further ado, before we get more into the show, I want to take a quick break and have you sing Rhythm of You. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this episode of The Public Affair. Holly is gonna sing one of her singles from us from her album, You're Gonna Know My Name. It's Rhythm of You with Miss Holly Tucker. Take it away, girl.
Plenty to do and nowhere to go. My kind of day, I'm gonna take it nice and slow and just groove to the rhythm of you. I get to swaying and I'll tap my feet. You count it off just by looking at me, and I move to the rhythm of you. Yeah, I'm gonna let my hair fall down, get lost in the sweet, sweet sound of every little whisper in my ear. Baby, we can dance right here. Why don't you teach me how it goes? Boy, you can be my radio. I'm just gonna ooh, 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 oh, to the rhythm of you. Hey, I got a quarter, could you play it again? Every time you kiss me like that, you make me wanna spend all afternoon in the rhythm of you. Oh, oh, yeah. I'm gonna let my hair fall down, get lost in the sweet, sweet sound of every little whisper in my ear. Baby, we can dance right here. Why don't you teach me how it goes? Boy, you can be my radio. I'm just gonna ooh, 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 to the rhythm of you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna let my hair fall down, get lost dance right here. Why don't you teach me how it goes? Boy, you can be my radio. I'm just gonna ooh, 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 to the rhythm of you. Yeah, I'm just gonna ooh, 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 to the rhythm of you.
Darling, you killed it. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Holly, thank you so much. That was amazing, amazing. You gave your soul into that performance.
Oh, thank you.
That was really, it's just to hear you sing it live like that is amazing. Yeah, I'm sure you get that all the time. Okay.
You're so sweet.
See, that I can't sing like that. All right, stop this.
Come on.
Yeah.
With it.
You ever think about doing other genres as well?
Yeah, I do. I do. I would love to one day put out a gospel record or even do like a country soul crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
You know, I had a really talented young rapper on this show named Capital G, who said that he wants you to sing on one of his records.
Oh, how cool.
And I think that you should do it because this is the type of he raps the type of, it's not all about like women's body parts and killing people.
That's good.
It's very like his verbiage, like I told Mike and everybody is so next level. Like it's so philosophical for lack of a better term. Like he's got really, really good wordplay. So I would love to hear you on something like that. I don't know. Just, I wanted to throw it out there for him because he was on the show and episode 72.
Okay, so that'd be cool.
Yeah, you should definitely collaborate with, that is really great. So that's on your album right now.
Yeah.
You're Gonna Know My Name. Mm-hmm. That album came out into last year. Is that correct? Or
No. It came out in 2019.
Oh, excuse me.
It's okay.
Let me do my homework. All right.
It's okay.
Yeah. Any plans for more upcoming music or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is the year. It's gonna happen.
Okay.
You know, You're Gonna Know My Name was originally supposed to be just a part 1.
Oh, okay.
And part 2 was gonna come out and complete that whole record.
Oh,
so
got you.
that is what I'm gonna be looking forward to in 2022.
Okay, got you. So you're an independent artist.
Yes.
Okay, so you can really put music out whenever you want to. Is that correct? Or
when the money's there, yes. I have to pay for it
you have
myself.
to pay for your own studio. Okay,
Yeah.
got you. Yeah. So you don't have like representation that like, I guess.
No.
Okay.
As an independent artist, anytime you hear an independent artist, they are paying for everything themselves.
Oh, okay, got
Management doesn't pay for nothing. Booking helps, booking helps you make money.
Right.
But the artist is paying for that themselves.
Wow. Okay. That was I'm still shell shocked at that performance. That was really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Gosh, Holly, we are running a little bit out of time, but I definitely want to talk to you about your personal life and stuff. I mean, you're constantly making music. Would you say that can you make a career off of your music right now? Or are you like working a 9 to 5?
Well, okay. All right.
I gotta ruin it, right? I'm sorry.
Hang on a minute.
Let me say this. The public affair, I've not been able to make, I don't live off of the public affair just yet. Okay? So go ahead.
I will be real honest. I was on an upward trajectory, and then I had some things happen in 2019 that kind of killed it for me, and then COVID followed right after.
Oh, okay.
So it didn't kill my career. It just killed the ability for me to do it full time. So I do have a day job.
Okay.
I work at my church, actually, First Baptist Woodway, and so I love that, and I have some other side hustles that I have as well. But music will hopefully eventually be my number one again.
I hope that the church does not watch this episode and then like, why that guy has such a filthy mouth.
Hey, come all right? We love y'all.
Oh yeah, I think I've not been to a service there, but I've you know what? First Baptist Woodway, right off of Highway 84, right? Yeah. Okay. My barber and Sid Rodriguez and David Santabanez, they did a back to school bash there. So I hosted a back to school bash there actually.
Okay.
And they gave free haircuts and everything. It's a really nice church.
Oh,
really beautiful church. Gosh, okay. Do you ever get concerned about your self-image? Do you have to watch what you're doing? Like you can't just go out there like, getting drunk and taking your top off and making out with random dudes. You know what I mean? Do you still worry about stuff like that just because you're Holly Tucker?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I say I worry about that. That's also not me. I'm not the kind to get drunk and go take my top off and all of that.
Not to assume that you were. I'm just saying.
But, you know, I definitely, I feel like I'm sort of an image like that little girls, I want to be an image that little girls can look up to.
Okay, got you.
I don't want to be something filthy and trashy.
Right.
I had a lot of great influences growing up in other women, and so I want to be that for others.
Yeah, I got you.
So that's kind of my goal there.
Do you find it quite daunting? Like, do you sometimes not want to be a representation of, you know, like, I mean, like, we're young. You know what I mean? You're 29, I'm 30. Like, we make mistakes. You know what I mean?
Right, for sure.
Like, I've definitely listen, I had a hosting at a local nightclub, and 2 days prior, I was on top of their bar stand, like, you know, dropping legs high. You know what I mean? Not the best image I wanted to represent. They were paying me to do their event. Right. You know what I mean? But, you know, like, we make mistakes. You know what I mean? Like, can the same be said for Holly Tucker?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like, of course, I'm not perfect, and of course I make mistakes, but I just have a lot of good people around me that are really giving me good advice and helping me when I struggle. Okay. And you know, for a while there, I went to therapy for a little while, because I was going through some depression and anxiety and stuff, and like we all have at some point in our lives. Oh yeah. And you know, it's just really important to keep those good influences around you.
Do you think a lot of it has to do with like when you mentioned about your anxiety and depression and stuff, would a lot of it had to do with your like music career? Was it a lot of personal thing? Was it some man, or, you know?
It was a combination of everything. Yeah.
In 2019, it just all fell apart?
It did. Yeah. Yeah. 2019 was the worst year for me.
Did you go through a breakup at that time?
I did.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But then I ended up meeting my now fiance 2 days later.
Married. Okay. Yeah. I did see that. Somebody on my Facebook posted, that you are getting married. That's great. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, but you know, okay, real quick. I said we have to. I know we're running out of time. Okay, real quick. I feel like we can go on. I'm sorry. Okay. Do you think, are you allowed to, if this makes sense, can you still write music inspired from the events that happened in 2019, even though you're getting married this year?
Absolutely.
And husband doesn't care?
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, songwriting is all about being real and authentic. And just because I'm not in that place anymore doesn't mean that I still can't relate with those feelings. Right. Got you. I'm still human. I still remember what that felt like. Right. And I'm a creative person. So
these dudes ain't nothing, Holly. All right. Listen, I'm 30 years old and no man will snatch me up. You know, I've said what my type is. But funny enough, that on the date that I went to, it was the complete opposite of what I always said my type was. Because my type is Mexican, no papers. And this guy was Caucasian, all papers. So, so I was like, okay, I'm
telling you, man, opposites attract.
Yeah, they do. I don't know how that happened. But anyway, Holly, gosh, I hate to cut it short, but we are running out of time. What's next for you? We got music coming out. We can't say for sure when, or is it just all just...
That's kind of where I'm at. Right now, I am taking an intentional break from music until after my wedding, which will be in February. Okay. And then I'm going to hit it hard getting back on the road. I've got some tour dates coming up. But then after that, new music is coming. I just can't tell you exactly when. Right. I'm hoping for early summer. Okay. I know, listen, whatever you decide to do, but I'm going to send you Capital G's name. Because I would love if you just heard him rhyme. Okay. Let's hear it. You know, I've had some really great artists on the show. So if you ever need some collabs, let me know and I'll give you all their numbers. No Mickeys. All right. I love it. Yes. Thank you. I even had a Spanish singer. Shout out to Richie. Okay. Young up and coming Spanish singer. Love it. You know, just experiment. You have a great voice. It sounds like you can go with anything. Thank you. And I just have to say, you know, for me, I told you I wanted to pick on you because, you know, I hit you up before I started the public affair. You know what I mean? And she was probably like, what is this? No. No, I'm busy. No, girl, I know. No, I'm just really happy. I always say timing is everything, and I'm really happy that you took the time to come on to the show. I really do. Thank you for having me. Of course. Thank you for coming on. I'm excited to see what's next for you. Whenever I see that there's a show, I'm going to definitely come support. You know, you definitely have a new fan in me. Like I said, I don't jam country all the time. I'm more of a Latin music kind of guy because I'm Spanish. But I love it. This song right here, I need the live version. You know what? Hello, I have a show. I'm going to play that all the time and I have them clip it out for me. All right. Thank you, Holly, for coming on to The Public Affair.
I really do appreciate it. To everybody who watched this episode of the show, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this episode. Before we leave, I definitely want to give a shout out to a few more of our sponsors of the show. I know so much, right?
I love it.
It's so great. I love them all.
That's
Big shout out to Ahsoka Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez, located on Franklin Drive. They offer team, small group, and individual skill training, and they also specialize in soccer training with Dominic, who is training all your kids to be the next star athletes. He works so hard. And, you know, just on a personal note, so Ahsoka Soccer Academy is the reason why I've lost over 55 pounds and I look like a snack like I do now. That guy, tough as nails, but he'll have you looking snatched, Holly, all right?
All right.
Yes, make sure you follow them on Facebook at Soko Soccer Academy and on Instagram at Soko Soccer 254. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And when I'm not working out, I'm definitely rolling around in some Fat Boy Michelada and Botana, my boy Junior Banda. He provides the best Michelada and Botana plates for yourself or for a party, locally operated. So make sure you get the best and not the rest. There's nothing that I love more than rolling around in Botana train the weekends when I'm cheating on my diet, and it's you gotta try it, girl. I'm gonna get you some. Okay. When you have a live show, I'm gonna get you Fat Boy Michelada and Botana. Oh. I'm going to. You're gonna be like, oh, this is good. I promise. You're gonna love it. They got elote? No, but I'm sure he can whip something up for you. Oh, okay. Yes, okay. Yeah. So shout out to Fatboy Michelada and Botana, and of course to Jeffrey Monreal with Pollo Box and Audio, home for all your LED needs and auto accessories. He also focuses on installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems, and building custom subwoofer enclosures and much more. Definitely a jack of all trade and your one-stop shop to get everything done in one roof. He's definitely pimped my ride and made it look like a whole entire snack. That's the reason why I haven't bought a new car. Thank you, Jeffrey Monreal, for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Thank you guys again so much for watching this episode. I definitely got more on the way. Huge shout out to country star Holly Tucker for coming on to The Public Affair. I can't believe I had a country singer on the show. Oh. That's so great. That's I never
Howdy.
thought. Yes. Love it. And I wish the best for you in the future. Honestly, I'm humbled that you came onto the show. And don't forget, darling, to always keep it between us.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.